I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequences.
It started like any other ordinary afternoon, the kind of day when the sun feels just right and everything seems calm on the surface. But for Iman Shumpert, that calm didn't last long. What should have been a typical outing turned into something he never expected, something that would have people talking for days, maybe even weeks. Because on that day, Iman lost it. And it wasn't just over any random situation. It was about Aaron Pierre and the woman they both seemed connected to in ways the public could never fully understand, Teyana Taylor. Iman Shumpert had always been known for his cool demeanor, the kind of man who didn't easily let emotions take over. He was the NBA champion, the reality show husband, the family man who fans thought had it all together. His love story with Teyana had been a dream for many. Beautiful family, successful careers, and that undeniable chemistry that seemed unbreakable. But behind the glossy social media posts and red carpet appearances, there were cracks in the perfect picture. And as the months went by, those cracks started to show. When whispers started circulating about Teyana and Aaron Pierre, most people brushed it off. Aaron wasn't exactly a household name like Iman, but he was rising fast in Hollywood. Known for his powerful performances and undeniable charm, Aaron had a reputation for being the guy who could win over anyone. So when he and Teyana were spotted at industry events, sharing what some called innocent moments, no one thought much of it. Until the sightings became more frequent. Until the looks between them lasted a little too long. Until rumors turned into full-blown speculation. For Iman, it wasn't just about the headlines or the gossip blogs. It was personal. People close to him said he felt blindsided. That while he was trying to fix things with Teyana, trying to be present for their family, Aaron was creeping into places he didn't belong. The worst part? Teyana wasn't denying it. In fact, her silence spoke louder than any statement could have. And for a man like Iman, that silence felt like betrayal. It all came to a boiling point one evening when fate seemed to throw them all into the same space. A private event, exclusive guest list, the kind of place where celebrities could relax without cameras flashing in their faces. But what was meant to be a calm gathering quickly turned tense the moment Iman spotted Aaron across the room. Friends who were there say Iman's entire energy shifted. Gone was the calm, collected man they knew. In his place was someone on the edge, a man whose pride and pain collided all at once. He didn't hesitate. He walked straight toward Aaron, ignoring the murmurs around him, ignoring the friends who tried to subtly pull him back. The confrontation wasn't subtle. Eyewitnesses described the moment as electric, charged with a tension so thick it could be cut with a knife. Iman didn't hold back. He allegedly called Aaron out in front of everyone, accusing him of crossing lines, of disrespecting boundaries, and most painfully, of trying to take Teyana away from him. Aaron, caught off guard, didn't back down. According to sources, he tried to keep his cool, responding calmly at first, insisting there was nothing inappropriate going on. But Iman wasn't buying it. Words escalated. Voices rose. The kind of heated exchange that made people around them stop in their tracks. For a moment, it looked like things might get physical. People stepped in, trying to pull them apart before it turned into a full-blown fight. But Iman wasn't just angry, he was hurt. And that pain spilled out in ways no one expected. He reportedly shouted things that stunned even his closest friends. Accusations of betrayal, heartbreak, and deep resentment poured out in a raw, emotional outburst that felt less like a public showdown and more like a man breaking in front of an audience. Aaron stood his ground, maintaining a calm facade, but those who were close enough said even he looked rattled by the intensity of Iman's reaction. Teyana wasn't there. Or at least, she wasn't seen stepping in. Whether she knew about the confrontation later or had chosen to stay away from the event entirely, no one could say for sure. But her absence only fueled more questions. Was she avoiding the drama? Or did she know this was coming all along? Whatever the truth, the damage had already been done. The fallout was immediate. Word of the confrontation spread like wildfire. Within hours, social media was flooded with posts, tweets, and blurry videos capturing snippets of the heated exchange. Hashtags like #Iman loses it, #Aaron versus Iman, and #Teyana Triangle trended across platforms. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Some defended Iman, saying any man would have reacted the same way if they felt betrayed. Others criticized him for letting emotions explode in public, questioning his maturity and self-control. Gossip blogs had a field day. They dissected every detail, from Iman's body language to Aaron's response, even down to the expressions of onlookers caught in the background. Speculation ran wild. Was this proof that Teyana and Aaron were more than just friends? Had Iman finally reached his breaking point after months of silent suffering? Every new theory added fuel to the fire. But amid the chaos, one voice remained silent, Teyana's. She didn't post, didn't comment, didn't engage. Her silence became its own statement. Some saw it as strength, refusing to dignify the mess with a response. Others took it as confirmation that there was more to the story than anyone knew. And the longer she stayed quiet, the louder the speculation grew. As for Aaron, he didn't speak publicly either. No cryptic tweets, no interviews, no statements. Just a quiet disappearance from the spotlight in the days following the incident. Whether it was out of respect, fear of backlash, or simply trying to avoid adding more drama, no one knew. But his silence only made the public wonder. Was he hiding something? Iman, on the other hand, made no effort to deny or explain his actions. Friends close to him hinted that he felt justified in his reaction. That after everything he'd been through, the rumors, the whispers, the quiet betrayal, confronting Aaron was a long time coming. But whether or not he regretted how it all played out in public, that remained a mystery. What struck people the most wasn't just the confrontation itself, but the raw emotion behind it. This wasn't a staged reality show moment or a publicity stunt. It was a glimpse into the real pain of a man who felt his world unraveling in front of him. And in that moment, Iman Shumpert wasn't the NBA star or the celebrity husband. He was just a man fighting for what he thought was his. As the story continued to ripple across social media, more details started to emerge. Some sources claimed this wasn't the first time Iman had confronted Aaron, though never in such a public way. Others whispered about private arguments between Iman and Teyana, fueled by suspicions and half-truths. The narrative kept twisting, each new piece of information blurring the lines between fact and rumor. But one thing remained clear. Whatever happened between Iman, Aaron, and Teyana had hit a boiling point. And the explosion was something no one could ignore. People started to look back at past interviews, old social media posts, and public appearances, searching for clues they might have missed. Fans dissected every glance, every comment, every subtle sign that hinted at trouble brewing beneath the surface. It was like the world was trying to piece together a puzzle that only the three of them truly understood. As the dust began to settle, conversations shifted. Some people expressed sympathy for Iman, calling him a man scorned, heartbroken, and pushed to his limit. Others criticized the toxic cycle of public confrontations and messy breakups playing out on social media. A few pointed out the deeper issue: how celebrity culture feeds off personal pain, turning it into entertainment for millions. Through it all, one question remained on everyone's mind: what happens now? Would Iman and Teyana work things out? Would Aaron stay away for good? Or was this just the beginning of a larger, even messier saga? In the days that followed, the three of them maintained their silence. No public reconciliations, no joint statements, no explosive interviews. Just silence. And sometimes, silence says more than words ever could. Behind the scenes, though, insiders claimed that conversations were happening. That mutual friends were trying to mediate, trying to bring some sense of peace to a situation that had spiraled out of control. But whether those efforts would lead to real resolution or just more tension remained to be seen. For Iman, this moment would likely be remembered as the time he let his heart override his head. A moment that exposed just how much pain he'd been carrying, how deeply he felt betrayed, and how far he was willing to go to defend what he believed was his. Whether people saw him as a hero or a fool didn't seem to matter. What mattered was that, for once, the world saw the raw, unfiltered side of a man known for keeping it all together. As for Aaron and Teyana, their futures seemed uncertain. Would they deny the rumors, set the record straight, or let the world keep guessing? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain: the story of Iman losing it on Aaron wasn't going away anytime soon. It had already become a chapter in the ongoing, messy, and painfully human story of love, betrayal, and the scars they leave behind. In the end, maybe this wasn't just about a confrontation. Maybe it was about the breaking point we all have, the limits to what our hearts can take, and the way we sometimes lash out when pushed too far. Maybe it was a reminder that even those who seem strongest on the outside can break in ways that surprise everyone, even themselves. The world would move on eventually. Another scandal, another headline, another viral moment. But for Iman, Aaron, and Teyana, this moment would linger. A reminder of the night everything came crashing down in front of everyone. And a story that would follow them, whether they liked it or not. Because when pride, pain, and betrayal collide, the fallout is never simple. And sometimes, the hardest battles aren't fought on the court or the stage, but in the moments when your heart is pushed to its absolute limit.